And that's to authorize the spending of capital funds, capital reserves for the work we're doing at the school, for the new town hall. I don't know if many of you may not know that the area where behind Bill Brooks, the building assessors, zoning and planning, and code enforcement have all moved to the new location. It looks great. They look like offices now instead of classrooms. And our highway maintenance crew and our highway department has been able to help us a lot on this, and they've done incredible work. But I will be having to spend some money just for the transition. It's reasonable for it to come out of capital reserve, so I'd like to do a resolution.
Does this include the grand opening of the beer that Fred's bringing?
If Fred's bringing the beer, I don't need to get anyone.
The one thing, should we put some kind of limit or some, do you have any idea?
Well,
Doesn't matter, we're getting a multi-million-dollar building for nothing, basically.
I understand, for
I
a
mean,
dollar.
this is what happens. I have on a spur of the moment, if I have to wait a month to come back, the only thing I could say is I can call people and say, but, as we making those changes and the moves, I have to be able to go ahead and do it, otherwise we're gonna be delayed another month getting moved in, and I don't wanna do that. So, I mean, if you wanna put a limit on it, I'm okay with that, and just come back to the board.
If you can even give like a high estimate, if you have any idea at all.
75
Can say that,
So, 100 or 1,000?
75.
Really? All right, it's better than no limit.
I'm okay with that.
I just,
I don't think we'll spend that much, I'm just saying,
what is your
well,
best guess?
there's costs, let me just say, there's costs involved in moving our services, our internet, our phones. We have to buy new phones, so we're all in the same system. We've all been in separate systems. We have to pay, we are under code in our electric, so I have to get electricians in there, and they have to put, outlets in different places. The way the school rooms were set up, everything was in one box, because you had a teacher's box for power, so the kids wouldn't put their fingers in outlets. So all the outlets have to be put in, so they're close to where the desks are. We have to build walls, we've got partitions being built for closets, for, some of the rooms are being separated into 2 offices.
You got the spa for Jen.
So those are the main changes. There's some flooring, there's some repairs for flooring that we have to do. We did the one resolution for the carpet, but, we have some other flooring that we have to, address. And, the only other thing I could say is I could, kind of contact you guys for, issues.
I don't want to hamstring at all.
And I would be held up if I couldn't, on the spur of the moment, go out and buy the sheet rock you need, go out and get this, we want to be able to keep moving forward, so.
I just think it's a good idea.
So why don't I add, a whereas, or now therefore be resolved that the town board of the town of Rosendale hereby authorizes the supervisor to use, up to $75,000 in part.
I'm fine with that, and I know if it doesn't need to be, it certainly won't be.
So resolution 12/2013-2, resolution to use funds from capital reserves, whereas the town of Rosendale is relocating their offices to the Rosendale Municipal Community Center, former Rosendale Elementary School, and whereas the town has a need to retrofit the classrooms into office space for the departments, and whereas various services need to be transferred to a new location, and whereas there are various expenses associated with the move, and whereas the work being done and materials purchased or capital improvements to our new town hall, now therefore be resolved that the town board of the town of Rosendale hereby authorizes the supervisor to use up to $75,000 in funds from capital reserves to make necessary improvements to relocate and occupy the new town hall.
I'll second.
Roll vote, Councilman Gallagher?
Yes.
Councilman Green?
Yes.
Councilman Ryan?
Yes.
Supervisor?
Yes. Just a couple couple things. Our town offices will be closed Tuesday and Wednesday, New Year's Eve, and so we're adding New Year's Eve and Christmas Eve to the list, so that's the 24th and the 25th, and the 31st and the 1st. We also need to set up some meetings. Our January 1st, we're going to have our swearing in new elected officials, so it's going to be at 11 o'clock here. I'm going to ask some of the people out there that are the newly elected officials to help me make a decision on this. We have to have our organizational meeting. It's usually done on the Wednesday, the first Wednesday of the month. The first Wednesday is the 1st. We would have to wait till the following Wednesday, which would be, what, the 7th or 8th, right? The 8th, to have our organizational meeting, which is a little bit far into the month, because that's when all the salaries are established, and that's when you get started. So, question is, do we want to have a quick, just the section that we have to do for the organizational meeting at the swearing in, which is the 1st, or do we want to hold a meeting on the 2nd, or do we want to wait till the 8th?
I don't care.
You don't care.
Is there a meeting the second?
No, I'm asking us to set a meeting date.
No, I know, is there another meeting in?
No, there's only the 1st, which we're
No,
No,
going to
she's
swearing
talking
in.
about, is there a meeting in this building
No.
on the 2nd?
Like is this space available on the second?
We got lots of.
Yes.
I'll
space.
make
We
it
can have
available.
anywhere.
if I have
That's
to.
true.
We'll find
The
something.
first
around.
Thursday, the first
We could
Thursday
meet
of
the
the month, there's
second,
nothing.
I mean, I have no problem meeting the
So
second.
Chris, Mandy,
In the evening on the second?
yeah. Bob?
I think it's at
So
It's a
Thursday
Thursday.
night.
Thursday. I mean, it's, because the holiday is when we normally feel a little tighter if we didn't. All right, so I'd like to make a motion to set set our organizational meeting on January 2nd at 7:30. And direct the town clerk to advertise as such. Now, we have another question.
You got
We-
to second and vote on that? or you
Yeah, I'm
just
sorry.
wanna do
I don't expect anything to vote, I just want to say what I have to say.
Slow it down.
it? I'm waiting for a second and a
I'll
vote.
second it.
Okay. Roll call, Councilman Gallagher,
Yes.
Councilwoman Green,
Yes.
Councilman Ryan,
Yes.
Supervisor.
Yes. Aaron, sorry about that.
That's okay.
Second issue, we have an audit every January to close the books the year before. Has to be done between the 14th and the 20th, that's legally when we have to do it. You three are gonna be in training from the 15th, 16th, and 17th. We have a little bit of a challenge here. Is it possible for you guys to come back on that Wednesday, to make a meeting that evening?
It goes till 5 that
Goes to
day,
5.
so,
Usually we have that, I think it's like usually a 6:30 meeting at town hall. Of course, we're not gonna be here, we'd be up at our new location,
at the school.
at the school.
So the meetings are starting at the school?
Not yet,
Oh,
not yet, just for this, because I don't know yet. We usually do that in our offices, that's why it's not done, that's
Because of
why
the bookkeeper.
the
Right.
bookkeeping
Oh,
is, all the
right.
bookkeeping is there, that's why you usually do that in the office. So that's a
but
meeting.
it might be,
It's very,
It'll be at the school because we'll be there.
it's a very
But
fun
doesn't mean
night.
our meetings come. Jen, are you hearing me?
I am.
Okay.
Stop him
She's
from
listening to
cracking
these comments
jokes.
over here.
Ask me a question, you want the answer.
Yeah, good.
All right, so, do you want to do that Wednesday? Will you be able to make
Yeah,
back?
the
Okay, so that,
15th.
the 15th, right? Is that the right date? I believe that's the Wednesday. January 15th.
15th,
So-
15th.
So I'd like to set the audit for January 15th, make a motion to set the audit meeting for January 15th at our new town hall offices at the Rosendale Elementary School, which is now the Rosendale Valley Municipal Building,
At 6:30.
at 6:30. Will you guys be able to make that?
We'll have to order pizza.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, see, man, we're not there and they get pizza.
Yeah, that's,
Okay.
I think that's
Okay, so
They
that,
can have the beads.
It's well worth it.
anybody gonna second that?
Yeah, but this year we get nachos too.
You second that?
I don't hear anybody
Yeah, I'll
saying-
second it, I'll
okay.
second it. I was looking for my phone to enter them in, so I enter them in right away.
Oh,
Yes, I will second it.
Roll call, Councilman Gallagher,
Sure, why not?
Councilman Green,
Yes.
Councilman Ryan,
Yes.
Supervisor.
yes.
They don't care, they're just, they would
Keep
say
you
yes
late
to
that
anything.
night.
Yes.
I'll
with
vote yes, I
regret.
don't have to worry about any of this, and I ain't gonna vote either, I don't have a choice.
Yes,
Okay.
with no regret.
I have nothing to do with any of this,
Okay,
no
so,
fun. It'll be fun, John.
So that'll cover what I needed from you guys. The town is gonna participate in Frozendale with our hot chocolate. I don't know if everybody got to see one of these, pass them around.
I have one last thing, and we talked about it a little, and I want to, first of all, commend the committee that's been working on New York Rising. And I took some time and looked at their work, and they've done a really good job. I think it would be good to have like a report back on the progress, if that's okay? And also, as you know, I'd like to see a public meeting where, and I know you've done some additional outreach, and I appreciate that, but it's just, I really want this to be a good public process. People have worked really hard, and there have been public meetings, I acknowledge that, but I think it would
We've
be.
had 2 meetings in Rosendale, by the way.
In Rosendale? Okay, I apologize that I was not aware.
I think I mentioned it at the town board meeting prior to it,
Well,
but I'm not against having another meeting here.
Yeah,
I'm just saying
that-
that there have been
and
2 meetings. in Rosendale.
what I'd also like to do is do a little outreach to the folks who participated in the Round Rock Creek Watershed Council.
Yeah.
Because if they just bring, some knowledge, and I observe the consultants are doing a great job, the team is doing a great job. I want to just request a little more public process and interaction around. There's a lot of money and it's important decisions, and it's just something I feel strongly about. So, however, maybe that could be a brief agenda update next time.
Yep, I'll look into that. I have to see where they're at as far as the process goes. Jen, you wanted to say one more thing about the lighting?
Oh, yeah, I wanted to just acknowledge and really thank Bill Cotting with Central Hudson, who was our point person at Central Hudson for this assessment. He was incredibly prompt and really worked really well with us to get the information that we needed done.
You know what, Jen, on that same note, Bill has been fantastic, and anytime, he told me, don't go onto the computer and let him know about lights are out. Call him directly, because there's been some confusion and problems with their computer site. So if you call them and say, this is the poll number, every time I've done it, within 24 hours, that light has been repaired.
Okay,
So-
because we actually reported that.
Yeah,
on the computer.
and I did too, and there was some confusion. Well, somehow, the ones I reported, half of them ended up down in Texas. Don't ask me how, and he couldn't explain it, but it was mass confusion. So at that point, that's when he told me, Bob, when you have a light out, just call me, and then from there, I will take it and send it over to our field department, and then they will take care of it. And it's worked out absolutely fantastic. So do it that way. Don't go to the site.
Okay.
I'd just like to bring up a couple of things. I've been asked by Walker Valley Land Trust to write a letter of recommendation for them for an application for a grant, so I just want to be sure you guys are supportive of that. a support letter for the both of the land trust for a grant they're applying for. And, I'd like to point out that the town had a, improved, rating. For the Standard & Poor does our ratings every year to see where we're at, and we moved up 2 levels, due to, good management of funds. So, we went from an A to a AA minus, which is, 2 levels up. We are going to have to go, and there's
I guess there's one thing I'll add, and I know there's not a lot of the community here. On a sad note tonight, since it's within our community, the Ladies Auxiliary of the Tillson Fire Department has dissolved. So,
Really?
What?
yeah, so I wanted to pass that on. It's a very sad thing. I didn't even want to bring it up, but at this time, I wanted to let everyone know. Unfortunately, they have dissolved, so.
Well, I have to make a motion to go into executive session to discuss particular employees' employment.
Seconded?